Wonderful good evening everyone. This is Tosha. Welcome to the online session of video computation. In today's video we are going to see what is NFA. That is finite automata. There are two types. One is DFA. In the previous videos we understood what is DFA and how to design a DFA. In today's video we are going to check what is NFA. NFA means non-deterministic finite automata. Okay. So let's quickly start. NFA stands for non-deterministic finite automata. Non-deterministic. What is non-deterministic finite automata? The concept behind NFA is there won't be actually this is exact reverse. It's the reverse of DFA. It's a reverse of DFA means in the sense in the DFA there will be only one path, right? For every input there will be only one path, unique one path, but in NFA there can be multiple paths. That is the reverse. So the finite automata is called NFA when there exists many paths for a specific input from current state to next state. So it's not required that for any particular input it must have one path. It can have two paths, three paths, any path, or multiple paths is possible. Okay, so let's see with an example. Even in NFA we can have a null moment. There is no input also. With an imaginary we can go to the another state. That is also possible. We'll see in the upcoming videos. So let's see one example of NFA where multiple paths is shown. Okay, so here as you can see in Q0 state, on A input it is moving to Q1 state. On A input it is moving to Q1 state, right? Q1 state. Okay. On Q0 state, B input, on B, when B is the input, it is in the same state, Q0 state. As well as we can see in Q0 state, B is the input, machine can move to the another state, Q1. So this is multiple path, which was not possible in DFA. But in NFA, it's possible. Why? Because in Q0 state, see, we can see on input B, same state can be in the same state or it can move to the another. Same way in Q1 state, on A input it is in the Q1 state. Here it also can possible that in Q1 state on input A it is moving to the another state. This also is possible. Multiple paths are possible in the non-deterministic finite automata. Okay. So NFA is also represented with the help of 5 tuples as a finite automata. That is, Q will tell you finite set of states. What are the states in this? So and then sigma will tell you finite set of input symbols. Q0 will tell initial state, and F is the final state, and delta is the transitor. So let's see with the help of this example how to find out. Okay. So the same example just now we discussed. Here if you see in the Q is capital Q, that is finite set of states. What are the finite set of states here? Here the finite set of states are Q0. What are the states here? Q1. Two states we have, right? Okay, here and then what are our input symbols? Our input symbols, finite set of input are A, B. Okay. And then what is our in this example, what is our initial state? Initial state is Q0. What is my final state? Final state is Q1. And what is my transaction function? We always make transaction function with the help of a table. So we can see here at Q0 state on A input, where it is in the Q0 state itself. Okay, and Q0 state on Q0 state at Q0 state, if A is the input, it is going to Q1, and at Q0 if input is B, it is in the same state Q0. Right. And at Q1 state, if is there any input for A? Yes, it will be in the same state Q1. And is there any input B? No, there is no input for B, right? So leave it there. Okay, so I forgot one thing. At Q0 state B, Q0, at Q0 state one more B multiple path is there, that is it is moving to Q1 state, right? So here we can put a comma and we can represent here Q1 state. Okay, so see here multiple paths is defined here. How? With the help of a comma. Okay, at Q0 state, or if the input is B, it is in the Q0 state itself. One more B path, multiple path B path is there where it is moving Q0 state to Q1 state. So I represent with the help of comma. So this is our transition function of NFA, where we are showing for same input two paths. We are showing multiple paths in this transition table. Okay. Okay. So what is the use of this NFA? So the NFA is used in theory of computation. Why? Because it's more flexible and it's very easier compared to DFA, because of the flexibility of multiple paths, as well as there are multiple options to move are there. Multiple paths is there, I mean multiple options are there, as well as a null movement is also present. Means if there is suppose if you want to make a machine FA which should accept the string like color. Okay, so as we know there are two valid spellings, COLOR as well as COLOUR. Both are correct, both spellings are correct, and we want a machine which should accept this both. Okay, so this is possible. We can make this with the help of NFA more quickly. Okay, this is very easy to make with the help of NFA. That's why NFA is more flexible, and that's why NFA is more popular. Why? Because actually suppose this is Q0 state, initial state. If I am making for color, C input is coming, it will move to Q1 state. O is coming, it will move to Q2 state. L is coming, it will move to Q3 state. Okay, then again O is coming, it will move to Q4 state. L-O. U is coming, it will move to Q5 state. Okay. This here I am making, and R is coming, it will move to the final state, Q6. Okay, I am making it with double circle. Okay, so this is for R. So as we can see, this machine will work for both the cases. Now I'll tell you how. COLOUR. So this one is correct, right? COLOUR. Suppose if it is it's not COLOUR, only COLOR. Okay, so Q0 says we can make it with the help of a null also. For example, how if the machine is Q0, C is coming, Q1 state O is coming, Q2 state L is coming, and Q3 state O is coming, and then Q4 state there is no U is there, it is OR. Okay, if we are making an epsilon here, then at null movement at Q4 there is null movement, means at the O we have no nothing is there. O Q4 there is no nothing is there, that is represented with the epsilon, and then from Q5 next is R input we are giving, and for that we are coming to the final state. So here this way also we can represent the machine there, where we can put a null symbol. With the help of that, even though maybe for R you are making, but with the help of epsilon it can move to the next state rather than getting called there. So this is possible in NFA. That's why NFA is called more flexible and easier to use. And the graphical, now let's talk about graphical representation of an NFA. Graphical representation of NFA, as we discussed for DFA, it's same as DFA. We discussed for DFA, that is NFA is represented by the directed graph. The vertices are represented with the help of states. The arc label with an input alphabet show the transaction. The initial state is represented by an empty single incoming arc, and the final state is indicated by the double. It's same as the DFA. Okay. So So let's see two questions regarding the NFA. So here we need to design a transaction diagram or state diagram. This is the graphical representation just now we saw, right? So that graphical representation, either it can be called as transaction diagram or state diagram for the transaction table given below. And what is the NFA? NFA is the states, the queue. The finite states are Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. So these are the four states in our state. What is the input? Sigma, input set of states, it is 0 and 1. Transaction and initial state is Q0, final state is Q3. So these are the hints provided, and this is a table, and we need to make a state diagram. We need to make the graphical representation, transaction diagram also we can say. So how to make this, right? Okay, so first of all, it's given that the initial state, either way it's given in the question also. See here the arrow mark. So the first Q0 is the initial symbol, as well as here it is mentioned Q0 is the initial symbol and Q3 is the final state. Okay, so so first the first thing is to make a initial state. Okay, let's see. So this is my initial state. What I did, I just made an incoming arc, single incoming arc. Okay, at Q0 state on 0th input, at Q0 state on 0th input, what is coming? It is going to the Q0 state itself. Q0 state, 0th input, it is going to Q0 state. So that means it is a loop here. So we make just make the loop. Okay, then Q0 state on 0th input, where it is moving to Q1. That is the next state. Q0 state on input 1, it is moving to next state, that is Q1 state. Okay, done. At Q0 state on input 1, where it is moving, it's moving to Q0, that is same state, that is loop. Here it is made. Okay, then at Q0 1 input, where it is moving Q2 state. So from Q0 we need to make another arc which is moving to the Q2 state. Okay, Q2 state. This one, put 1. And now here let's see, for now Q0 is over. Now let's move to Q1. At Q1 for 0th input, where it is moving to Q3. This is my Q1. From Q1 input is 0, then it should move to Q3 state. So we will make an arc which should be going to the Q3 state. So on what? 0th input. At Q1 state on 1 input, what is there? Nothing is mentioned. So nothing, there is no need to mark an arc. At Q2 state, now at Q2 state, this is my Q2, 0th input, where it is at the Q2 itself. So that means it is a loop here, self loop. So you mark it as 0, loop. At Q2 state, 0th input, where it is going to Q3. So one arc to Q3. Q2, 0 input, it is going to Q3 also. Okay, it's NFA, so multiple paths are possible. That's why Q2, 0th path Q2 itself, 0th path it is going to Q3 also. Okay, now at Q3 on input 0, where it is moving, it is going to 0 on Q3 only. So that is again loop. So here it can be a loop. At Q3 again, at Q3 at 1 input, if input is 1, where it is moving, it is to Q3 itself. So it is again a loop, self loop. So here with comma we can represent 0, 1. So this is our our transition. So in the here in this statement it is written Q3 is my final state. So final state, how we will represent? With the help of 2 circles. Sorry, should not be circles. Okay, with the help of 2 circles. So this is our non-deterministic finite automata where multiple options for its moves are possible. Okay. So I hope so. This was simple. Just seeing the table, we need to create the arc. We need to check the path. Okay. Okay. One more. Let's quickly see one more. We need to design an NFA, non-deterministic finite automata, a machine which accepting all the strings which are ending with 0 and 1. Ending with 0 and 1. If any question like this designing question is come, first statement as I said, you just write all the test sets 0 1. Okay, test set 0 1. What can be possible test set? 0 0 1 can be possible. Ending should be 0 1. It can be 0 0 0 1. Okay, it can be 1 1 0 1. Okay, it can be 1 0 1 0 1. Ending should be 1 0 1. Okay, so these are the possible test sets. Make first the initial state q0. From q0, 0 is coming, it can move to q1 state. q1 state, and q1, if 1 is coming, it can move to another state and machine can halt. That is the final state. We represent it with the help of two circles. So here our the string 0 and 1 is getting accepted, right? Let's check for second set 0 0 1. If it is 0 q1, then after that, so what we can do, we can make ending should be 0 1. So we cannot compromise here with 0 and 1 and all. Ending should be, so we will put a loop here. q0, 0 is coming, keeping this loop. At the end, it will go to q1 state, and 1 is coming, it will move to final state. So this is also possible here. Now check this 1 1 0 1. If 1 is coming, what will happen? 1 is coming, no problem here. Let it be a loop in the q0 state itself. Let it revolve, let it be in the same state. When 0 and 1 is coming, it will move to final state. Let's check for this 1 0. q0 1 is coming, q0 state 0 is coming, q0 state 1 is coming, q0 state ending is with 0 1. So q0 state, it will move to q1, and q1 state q1. So this is our NFA. So NFA is comfortable. Why? Because we need not to check whether that multiple paths is clashing or not. In DFA we have to check multiple paths are there or not, multiple path is not allowed. But in NFA no issues. But in the actual scenario, such type of machines are very difficult to make, where it will be moving in the same set, but they are easy to design. Okay, in DFA it's that only from one state for one input it should go to one path. So let's check some important points regarding DFA and NFA. Every DFA is NFA. Every DFA is, we can convert to NFA, but NFA we cannot make it to DFA. Every DFA is NFA. We can convert, yes, but every DFA we can call it as NFA. Every, whatever the state diagram or whatever you are making a machine as DFA, we can call it as NFA also. But NFA we cannot call it as DFA. We can convert NFA to DFA, but we cannot call NFA machine as a DFA machine. Okay. And in another point is, there can be multiple final state in both NFA and DFA. It's not that in every machine there can be only one final state. It's not mandatory, there can be multiple final state. And then DFA generally we are using for lexical analyzer, like in the compilers and all. Main usage of DFA. Okay. I hope you all understand. Thank you everyone.